Hey, what's up neighbors? Welcome to Road Trip. This is going to be the conclusion of our summer series for the Big Idea Camp, summer 2021. I hope you've had an amazing summer so far. I know it's in between when school ends and when school starts. I'm going to be honest, even though we may be about a few weeks or a month away from school, I just know that the Big Idea Camp, we start our lessons the 1st of August, so we don't miss any possibilities to be with you and be with your counselors and to start things going. So this is actually our final lesson. Then we're going to take a week off, and then we're going to come back in the month of August with a very awesome new year, new curriculum, new topics that we're talking about. It's going to be great. But let's wrap up Road Trip. Let me tell you what we've been talking about for the last 4 weeks. This is our 5th lesson. We talked a lot about where you're going and why it matters. And life is like a road trip. I can't say it's always like a vacation because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not so amazing. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's challenging, much like driving long distance. And so we introduced the first week what we called the principle of the path, and that's from an amazing leader, Andy Stanley. And it goes like this. It says that your direction, not your intention, ultimately determines your destination. So it's where you're going determines where you're going, if that makes sense. Where you're headed determines where you're going, not like where you want to go. For example, if I wake up and I want to drive down to South Beach in Miami, Florida, and I start driving north, it's the wrong direction. I'm headed the wrong way to where I want to go. All of us want to go somewhere. We want to get there safe and we want to get there on purpose. But your direction is a big part of that. Does that make sense? Hope it does. And so the first week we talked about choosing your destination. What are your goals? And I hope that throughout the last month or so that you've thought about your goals, because I think it's really important to set goals. Short-term goals, what can I get done in the next month? Longer-term goals, what can I get done in 6 months? Long life goals, who can I become in 10 years? And if you choose a long path in the same direction, long obedience in the same direction, you're going to move mountains. You're going to accomplish incredible things if you stay focused and you stay determined and you steady the course headed the right way. So that was number one, week one. Week number 2, who's in your car? We talked about how important it is to determine who is with you, who are the closest people around you. We know that it's best not to travel alone. We're made for relationships. We're made for friendships in this world. And so it is important that the people that are closest to you are the people who encourage you the most. Not people who are going to reach over, grab your steering wheel and jerk it off the road. We don't want that. We want people who encourage you to be your best, to get to the best place, the greatest place for you. So if you only have a limited number of seats in your car, and let's say you only have a limited amount of people who can be really close and influential in your life, I want you to be really selective. I want you to be picky. I want you to pick these people on purpose. So we know that it's best not to go alone, but let me tell you this. It's best not to pick up strangers either. I know it could be kind to get people on the way with you. So yeah, that's fantastic, but don't make your life picking up messy people all the time. Help out people whenever you can, but don't let those people determine your direction, because I will be honest, the people that are closest most oftenly influence where we're going. So again, be choosy. The people that are in your car, make sure they're the right people. On week 3, we talked about this funny concept because I was just getting back from a vacation and I heard these words over and over and over again. Are we there yet? Why does that matter? Because it's good to measure. It's good to know where you are. As you know where you're going, it's great to take into account where are you on the way. Are you closer today to your goal than you were yesterday? I sure hope so. So for example, if I were 9 years old and I wanted to grow up to become a professional baseball player, I've got to practice, I've got to study, I've probably got to find some coach and lessons and play on some teams. I've got to get better. Will I become a professional baseball player if all I do from tomorrow on is make brownies and eat brownies? Probably not. I mean, the odds would be stacked against me. Now, my taste buds would thank me, and I do love a good brownie, but the brownies will not help me become a better baseball player. I really believe that. Now, I'm not saying I don't want to go eat brownies, because I do, but brownies won't help me be on the Mets. Matter of fact, it might go against that. I'm probably too old to be that professional baseball player, but some of you can still do it. So I've set that goal. But what am I doing today? What am I doing tomorrow those steps matter. And so are we there yet? We're probably not exactly where we want to be, but maybe we're moving in the right direction, kind of like a highway. I know for me, when I traveled from Kentucky to West Virginia to North Carolina to the beach just a couple weeks ago, there are mile markers on the road. And you cross over to a new state and maybe you get mile number 1. And every few miles you see a mile marker off the road. So exit 13, you're on the 13th mile, but you can keep track of where you are. And if I know I've got to get to mile marker 200, then I know, okay, 10, there's 20, there's 30, there's 40. I'm making progress. Are we there yet is about making progress. Look at your goals. How are you getting there? Now listen, there are going to be times where you take a detour, and that's when we came into last week's lesson. We talked about paying attention to the signs, because sometimes there are signs in life that can throw you off. For example, caution, detour, lane shift, merge. Sometimes you're going to be going head to head with some people that are trying to get in the same direction. Make space for some other people. And then there's some signs that we really got to pay attention to on our dashboard. Low fuel. Do you need more fuel? What about check the engine? Low pressure in your tires. Sometimes your car needs alignment. Even though you think you're pointed in the right direction, your car stutters and your body shifts and maybe you don't do what you need to do. Guys, listen, life is full of signs, measurements, mile markers, but also indications of things aren't right. In your car, when the check engine light comes on, you know something is wrong. It is not just a Christmas tree light. It is not there to make things look good. I promise you, your check engine light comes on for a reason. In life, there will be some warning signs that help you understand maybe things aren't going the way they should be. Maybe I'm not running as efficiently and as effectively as I could. I need to get realigned. That's a good part of road trip. That's life. And finally today, one of the things I want to leave you with is this. Have you ever taken a trip and maybe I'm not even going to put names out there, spouses. I'm not going to put names out there, but sometimes you pack way too much. My son, I love him, but we were gone for 2 nights and he packed like 3 backpacks. Brought his toys, brought his stuffed animals, brought his iPad, brought his phone, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that he could possibly think of. I had to stop him from bringing the PlayStation because we were only going to be in the hotel for a little bit. Sometimes in life you don't need to bring all your baggage. Sometimes you need to leave that stuff behind. And that brings me to this. There's a reason why in a car that the rear view mirror, that thing that lets you see behind you, is really small in comparison to your windshield, which allows you to see where you're going. It's really large. I want to encourage you to be the people that look through the windshield and not get distracted by the rear view. No matter what's behind you, I hope that you're going somewhere great. Matter of fact, sometimes there's some bad things behind us and we get tempted to look in that rear view, to look over our shoulder. A, that messes with your neck. B, that's not safe to get where you're going in front of you. Be windshield people, guys. Look for the good things in front of you. Don't get distracted by the things behind you. I think it's going to be a better life that way. So, remember, the principle of the path, your direction, not your intention, determines your destination. Think about the people in your car. Be aware of the signs, the indication. Be aware of the mile markers. You're allowed to ask yourself, am I there yet? And you're allowed to say, no, I'm not, but I'm on the way. I hope you're saying that. Think about your goals and then leave some baggage behind. You don't need to bring everything with you. Matter of fact, life's going to be a lot nicer if you get there and you have just enough. Guys, I hope you have a great rest of the summer. I'm so excited for August to start. So excited for a new school year. And I know you're not like, woo, going back to school. Maybe some of you are, and that's beautiful. But either way, I'm going to be with you for the entire year. We've got some great values to talk about this year at the Big Idea Camp and some great opportunities to work together and make some great positive things, some changes in this world. Let's change this world this year. Let that be our theme, guys. Have a great week. I'll see you in August. And if anyone hasn't told you lately, let me be the one that reminds you how special you are just the way you are. I like you just the way you are. In all of this world, there is only one person that can be exactly like you. And I hope you know that you're enough and you are loved and have the capacity to love others just the way they are. We're going to change this world with that mindset. Let's look through the windshield, not get distracted by the rear view, and do some great things. Guys, I'll see you soon.